Oh, yeah. You know what time it is. You know what's going on. I am your host, Cam Silver.
I am your co-host, Kyle Silver.
And welcome back to the Silver Boys Podcast. So, Kyle, it's been pretty uneventful after a pretty good, first couple rounds in the NBA playoffs. And now we've gotten to the conference finals, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, we're getting into that lull time right now, Basketball isn't on, every day now. It's not going to be. It's just sad, because now what the hell am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
Maybe go watching baseball and, catch up on some football stats, whatnot, But yeah, just got to keep going, brother. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So, just not too long ago, Jaylen Waddle signs a contract extension with the Dolphins, 3 years, $84.75 million contract extension, and includes $76 million guaranteed. I like that for him.
Well deserving.
He deserves that.
Well deserving.
He's obviously been one of the catalysts on that Dolphins team. Mm-hmm. He just has to stay healthy.
Yeah,
that's probably his biggest thing. But other than that, I think he totally deserves that, and I hope that he stays healthy, and I can't wait to see what he does, and coming up this year and so on.
Yeah, most definitely. With him in the tandem that Tyreek Hill got, being able to beat anybody pretty much off the line, with their speed and whatnot. It's a good look, trying to keep that team together. You got Tua trying to throw him the ball. He can stay healthy. That team, we know what they're capable of. Mm-hmm. They just got to actually go out and do it, and not lose to over 500 teams and just be beating the brakes off of sub 500 teams.
Right.
So it's pretty much like it doesn't. I'm glad and I'm happy for Jaylen Waddle. It just doesn't really, to me, it doesn't solve some of the question marks that are still surrounding them, though.
Oh, I think, you still have, like you said, they beat up on the sub 500s, but can't beat the 500s and above.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, they just simply can't play away from Miami.
Exactly. Well, it's exactly true. Exactly.
If you put them in a cold environment, they're gonna literally freeze up.
It's happened. It's happened. So we gotta just wait and see. Hopefully this contract will help him. Give him a little edge, give him a little pickup. You know what I'm saying? Have a nice 1,100 yard. Season, and then you just keep building on that. And hopefully you could get to the promised land where you want to go.
Right,
sir.
Right, yeah,
yes, sir.
That's gonna be good. They've always been a solid team. It's just a matter of getting over those few obstacles that they have in front of them. Other than that, they're always gonna be a solid, at least playoff contender.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Always gonna be within that second round. They better be. They better be.
Yeah,
they better be.
I hope so. Oh man, moving on to the NBA, Los Angeles Clippers coach Ty Lue has agreed to a long-term contract that'll make him one of the league's highest paid coaches. Well deserving.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously one of the top NBA elite coaches. He's a coach that I feel like any organization would want to have because of his knowledge, because he's played the game, because of the stars that he's been able to manage, especially with this Clipper team over the past couple of years. So like that for the Clippers, and Ty Lue's he's in a great spot. The biggest thing for the Clippers, honestly, is just them staying healthy.
It's always just the question marks of health. When it comes down to Kawhi and Paul George, how is James Harden going to play in the playoffs? Those are always question marks that you're going to have. Will Paul George even stay? That's an even bigger question mark too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy for Ty Lue, well deserving, top 3 coach in the NBA. Undoubtedly so. And I think he's done a relatively fantastic job of managing, this Clipper team, and how, when James Harden came in, and there was so many questions surrounding what James Harden can do. He showed that he is still capable of producing and being able to be in a system with 3 to 4 other guys in Paul, Kawhi, and Russ too. So I think it'll be fine. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
As long as as long as he's there for the long term and he keeps building upon what they have, maybe get some young talent in there, some more younger stars in there, to actually beef up everything. Because everything is it's all young stars, role players now.
Correct.
If you think about it in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for Ty Lue. Like you said, well deserving. Well deserving.
Yeah. part of me feels like they wish that they didn't give up Shea.
Oh, gosh.
For that haul, you know what I mean? For Paul George. They didn't give up a haul and Shea for Paul George.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, that's what I feel.
Because you see what SGA is doing over there in OKC. But now think about it, if you had SGA, Kawhi, and then you had James, or like SGA he's real ball dominant though, so it's like, you know,
It's a little tough.
It would be a little.
It would be
the
tough.
dynamic would be weird, like looking back on it.
Especially since like when Kawhi comes back into the lineup,
Yeah.
he, you know, I'm not gonna say he demands the ball, but they give him the ball a lot. They defer to him a lot, and yeah, that would be a tough situation.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
at least they'd be able to play off of SGA a lot more. You don't have to have Kawhi on the ball.
Right.
You could put him in actions to where he could just not, take that fatigue on his knees and everything and running up and down the court trying to get the ball, like, out of space and whatnot.
Right.
So, I mean, but it is what it is. That ain't nothing Ty Lue could control.
Yeah.
You feel me? But yeah, you're absolutely right, bro.
Speaking of regret, the Sixers, from what I'm hearing, are trying to make amends, and they're trying to get back Jimmy Butler after they decided to trade him and let him go
For Tobias Harris?
Yep.
Tobias Harris? Amends. They desperate. That's all that tells me.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally all that tells me. They're desperate for Joel Embiid to be able to get over the hump and get where he needs to go. Oh, goodness. That actually just kind of ticked me off a little bit. And if I were Jimmy, that would tick me off too, because I wouldn't even want to come back then.
Yeah, no, at that point, there'd be no reason to.
Why would you go back if y'all decided, like, you know what I'm saying? Get me out of there. And then I come through and I'm beating the brakes off of y'all when he's healthy,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And out of everybody in the East, we've seen him do it.
Right.
You know? Well, people were injured and whatnot, but still. Nah, don't do it. He better not do it. I can see Paul George going there, though.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
I can see that happening.
I can see that for sure. Yeah, no, Paul George should just. I feel like at this point he needs to change the scenery.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be. Obviously he's going to be another injury-riddled player that he'll be playing with, but it would be. It would be more so of his team, kind of like with Indiana. I feel.
You think so?
I'm not gonna say not.
Even with Tyrese Maxey and
not definitively with Tyrese Maxey, obviously, but he can be the one to get them out of a lot of tight spots.
Absolutely.
You need somebody to go crazy. Tobias Harris, you're not just gonna have Tobias Harris hiding off in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
No, Paul George is gonna be right there.
Yes.
Whether he makes or misses these shots, he's gonna be
He's
there.
He's gonna be taking them.
He's gonna take them.
He's unafraid to take it.
He's, you know what I mean? He can go 8 for 24
Mm-hmm.
and still have 24, 25 points. But guess what? That 24, 25 points right there is probably going to be the one that carries you over the top and get you that W.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of Tobias Harris sitting in the corner and getting you only 10, 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're not even knowing that he even exists on the court.
Exactly. Non-existent. Exactly.
You feel me? So that's what I feel. I feel like at certain stretches, that's when, you give the ball to Paul George and you tell everybody else, hey, get out of the way, let the kid rock.
Yeah. I agree. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. When it comes down to that clutch time stuff,
Right.
When you can't get Joel Embiid the ball or something, or he's not being able to take shots, or he's not capable of making the shots,
Right.
let's just say he's having an off night.
Mm-hmm.
That's when, like you said, Paul George comes in and he could take over the game at any instant.
Yeah, maybe
anytime he wants to.
Maybe one of these teams learns from what they did against the Knicks. What if if they get somebody that's able to not guard Tyrese Maxey, but at least give him some trouble as well. That's where you come in with Paul George and he offsets the whole thing. So yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, some interesting moves that can be made.
This
after
offseason.
after the finals are up. Most definitely.
Yeah, that's gonna be a.
Some blockbuster things are definitely gonna happen.
Oh yeah, it has to.
Yeah,
it has to.
Yeah, ain't no way. Wait. Before we get into the playoffs, I did want to talk to you about how do you feel about Bronny, declining workouts with 10 NBA teams and then just staying with the Suns and the Lakers.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? I didn't like it either. Because you're not even projected. You're projected to go like 40th or 50th, like the pick.
Yeah, I think he's like ranging. They say he's ranging from like 1 through like 58.
Exactly.
There's only 60 spots. And there's only
Like, come on. So it's like, and we're only all doing that. They're only considering these things is because if you have a chance to get LeBron,
right.
you're gonna take that chance,
right?
Which is kind of stupid to me because I really don't see Bron leaving because he's building stuff in LA, like, you know what I mean. He got his own personal stuff to do in LA and whatnot, but I don't like it though. Like, in the Suns of all teams too.
Yeah, and that's another team that can't really afford to make any missteps, especially
At
with their
all.
contract situations and their stars and their moving out Frank Vogel for Mike Budenholzer. Yeah,
If you really mean to tell me that they're gonna sit here and like the Suns are going to what? Who are you gonna get rid of? KD? Bradley?
gotta get rid of somebody.
D-Book ain't going nowhere. We know that. D-Book ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, no,
that's
he's
D-Book's
there.
team.
He's there.
He's gonna stay there.
He's their official. He's there. No matter who comes there, whether it's Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, I don't care who's there. Devin Booker's the face of that franchise.
Exactly. But I just wanted to talk to you about that because I thought that was like really weird.
Yeah,
him and like Rich Paul and them, like, they're trying to determine like where he's gonna go instead of just leaving it up to his talents and leaving it up to the hard work ethic and the stuff that he's claiming that he has, and we know that he probably does have.
Yeah.
But like, you're not leaving it up to that.
Yeah.
You're trying to take control of the narrative.
Control the narrative, kind of like something like his dad always does.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what he's basically probably like trying to teach him right now is how to control the narrative, which obviously in the world of sports you need to know how to do.
But when you're this young,
it's not even just like when you're this young, but it's more so like we haven't seen enough of you for you to do that yet.
That's what I'm trying to say. When you're this young, you still have more to prove, and you still have to like show that you can actually be here. And like, I don't think that he's shown that yet. In all honesty, I really don't think he has.
No. And I think the thing is, I feel like it's probably a few things. Obviously, the heart problems. That's one thing. Another thing, I feel like USC probably did hold him back.
Absolutely.
The USC held
guard
him back.
heavy type of team.
Guard heavy type of team. Exactly. That's why I wanted him to stay in college.
Yes.
Whether that be at USC or him going somewhere else. I wanted him to stay so that we can see
the progression,
you know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, we've seen some guys go crazy from one year to another, just based off of the team that they were on, based off of the circumstances, the system that they're in, the coach that they have, whatever. We've seen so many guys take that one big jump. My biggest concern with him is, he's gonna be a role player. We all know that. But my biggest concern with him is, what if he doesn't find that role quickly?
Exactly. And then now you're just a bench-ridden player.
Exactly.
Then what? A wasted pick for somebody that you could have developed and you could have like actually, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's another thing is, going to the perfect spot where you can develop.
Yeah.
Not every team can develop players,
exactly,
as we see.
Absolutely.
There's some franchises that can do it well, and some that can't. So that's another big thing for him right there, where it's like, and obviously Rich Paul is really great at this too. Being able to manipulate and figure out where he can get his clients into the best situations for them. But yeah, it's tough. It's really tough because we just haven't seen enough from him.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. All right,
but. Yeah, let's get into the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
So the Eastern Conference Finals was anything but fun, honestly. It's all sweeps. I wish we had a broom.
Yeah, we need one in here, yo.
I think last time we were here we talked about game 1. Game 2, Halliburton exits early with a hamstring injury. Celtics end up taking that one over. Brown goes off for 40. Yay. Pacers are up by as much as 18 in game 3, and just like game 1, they can't close out. So Celtics take a 3-0 lead. Tatum goes off for 36. Horford has himself a day with 23 points, 7-12 from the 3. and everybody else chips in. Shout outs to Nimhart and McConnell for holding it down for that guard spot with Halliburton being out. They did their things. And at game 3, Nimhart with 32 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. McConnell off the bench with 23 points, 6 assists, and 9 rebounds. So shout outs to them. Just wish that they could have at least made it a little more competitive.
Yeah, just give me one more game.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But it is what it is. So game 4. Celtics were able to hold off the Pacers from their comeback, and they were able to complete the sweep. Now heading back to the NBA Finals, as Jaylen Brown was named the Larry Bird Eastern Conference Player, the MVP, whatever.
Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Larry Bird trophy goes to. But we expected Celtics to be here. Indiana, great job this season.
I would actually say that I would say Indiana fought Boston the hardest that they fought them even all season and throughout the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, in game 2 or game 3 they were down 18. For them, you were forcing the Celtics to actually have
play.
to come back and not just play from ahead. You know what I'm saying?
3 out of the 4 games they really had to, Boston
Exactly.
really had to get it out the mud.
Exactly. So I think that was good for Boston, genuinely speaking, just because of the 2 type of teams that could be possibly coming out of the Western Conference Finals. So Boston has that edge now. They got that that little bit of mud in them. They could get their hands dirty is what I'm trying to say, and they showed it.
Yeah.
To be able to take over the Pacers. With Tyrese Halliburton being out, it was a foregone conclusion. Especially once it was he was really out for game 4.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it was over.
Correct. Yeah.
So I'm not surprised. They did what they were supposed to do. Now they got what they had. They got 10 days rest.
Yeah.
From the time that they won that game. That's pretty big, really, really big, So we gonna see, brother. We gonna see about them.
Yeah.
We gonna see about them because there's still hiccups, but they got it.
Yeah.
They got it.
Yeah. No, they obviously they're gonna play. They're gonna put themselves in obviously a great position now. With everyone getting rest and everything. Everyone's gonna be good. But on the other side, there are these 2 teams that are. They'll put you in a dogfight and they'll let you know about it, and that's the worrying part for the Celtics. In my opinion, I don't care. Whether they did get out the mud with Indiana. That was a young team.
It was a young team, relatively new experience.
Exactly. Only one player on that team really has been to the playoffs like that with Siakam.
And he actually won the chip.
Exactly.
You can't.
But you can't. You know what I mean? There's not much.
He can't do it by himself.
Correct. Now it's a little different if you're going up against a team like the Mavericks, who have Luka Doncic, who have Kyrie Irving, who are 2 of the best closers in the game right now. Obviously, with, in my opinion, probably the best coach that's left in Jason Kidd.
He's showing it right now.
And I think he runs laps around Joe Mazzulla, in my opinion. But yeah, let's go to this Mavs. To the Mavs, the Timberwolves series. So game 2, Luka hits a big step back 3 over Rudy Gobert, making my man do all types of dances, doing a 1-2 step, doing a step in the name of love, shotgun slide, everything, the stanky leg, everything you could think of, man. He made that boy dance. Dance Now by Jit. But Luka, Dallas ends up taking a 2-0 lead, winning 109-108 in that game 2. Luka going crazy with 32 points, 13 assists, and 10 boards. Kyrie with 20.6 assists, 4 boards, and so on. I'm not gonna keep going. Oh, on the other side, Naz Reid, he had 23 points, 7 for 9 from 3. He just needed 1 more 3. That 1 more 3 could have been a potential game winner. It was close too.
Yeah, it was.
It ran right out. Game 3. Luka and Kyrie both take over, go, and they both score 33, taking commanding 3-0 lead, winning 116-107. Cat has his worst game of all, of his career.
Of his career, essentially, yeah.
14 points, 11 boards, with 0 for 8 from 3 after being the self-proclaimed best big man 3-point shooter of all time. But he does come back and get a good bounce back game, as in game 4 he was one of the biggest reasons why they won and are now only down 3-1. in that game 4, Wolves were able to get a 105-100 win. Towns with 25 points, 5 boards, and he shot 4 for 5 from 3.
Exactly. That was a very pivotal game for the Timberwolves. Pivotal game for Cat in terms of just like how we will talk about him. Because for the first 3 games, he was not even shooting 14% from 3. It was like 13.8% from 3.
Right.
That's atrocious, brother. That is atrocious. God awful. But coming back 4 for 5 from 3.
Yeah.
And an elimination game. Yeah, I mean, sorry for saying that. This should have been expected. Like, it's an elimination game. You better have done this.
Yeah.
Or what? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, there was no excuse. And he is the deciding factor of how they will be able to come back and win if they can do it. It's all got to start with Cat. It's not even Ant. We know Anthony Edwards is going to go off and do what he could do. But I think a big part of it, too, was Derek Lively being out.
Yeah.
Because, he's somebody that, like, he's helping in that paint presence. And, like, which forces, like, you know what I mean, Kyrie, Luka, they could stay as a perimeter defender and not have to worry about the insides and stuff like that. So, if Derek Lively, he's questionable for Game 5, if he does come back, on Thursday, I think that could also really be another deciding factor in the game if he is healthy. Because I think that he's real important to that team.
As
to the Mavericks.
The injury report that I'm seeing right here saying that he is day-to-day. And he was present at the Mavericks morning shoot-around. So, yeah, that you could tell Game 4 they missed him a lot.
But that was if they have him, I don't know if that game goes like that. Still, if Cat hits those 4 for 5 from 3.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either, because even with the 4 for 5 from 3, because he got hot late.
He did.
Yeah. But also another thing was, I feel like what got him hot though was the fact that he was able to get to the basket earlier in the game. And, he was passing up. He was passing up on some threes in order for him to get to the basket, to get a better shot, to try to be aggressive. It also did put him in foul trouble, which then ultimately made him foul out at the end of the game. But it was a different type of mindset for him. Now with Derek Lively possibly coming back, what is that? You know what I mean? Does he convert back to the old Cat?
Because he was playing outside in instead of playing inside out for 3 games. And then that 4th game, now he decided to play inside out, which was, like you said, that was the biggest change in his game of that game. So he has to continue to do it, is what I'm just essentially trying to say.
Right.
You can't not regress back to what you were doing, regardless of who's in and who's not in, or who's there or who's not there. But that's all I'm gonna say. Luka, it's just one bad game. Yeah. It really, really is. Yeah, Luka and Kyrie, it's one bad game. I'm not gonna hold that against them. Yeah, they're still up 3-1. They could close it out. I think relatively easy on Thursday. I think they'll be fine. Yeah. I genuinely think that they'll be fine.
I think so too. I think obviously Minnesota's gonna put up a great fight, but I think at the end, I feel like Dallas should be able to close it out. Yeah. You don't want to go back home to a game 6. You know what I mean? Exactly. You want all the rest that you can get, especially with a NBA Finals berth on the line.
Exactly. You need 1 win to get there. 1 win. I'll be damned if Kyrie doesn't say something to Luka like, "Yo, brother, it's time. It's time to go now."
No. If it's like how it's always been, where it's close going into the 4th, I expect the both of them to feed off of each other, just go ham on these dudes. That's what I expect. Another big thing in Game 4 was Anthony Edwards taking the challenge and guarding Luka.
And he actually did well. He actually did really well in guarding Luka.
He did his thing.
Why? Because he was too tired from running around guarding Kyrie. He was like, "Yo, let me go with the slower offensive player, yo."
Not messing around with Kyrie. Kyrie giving you every fake in the book.
Yo, it's crazy, yo. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, he did a very great job. So it'll be interesting to see how Jason Kidd, what he'll do, in terms of on the offensive schemes of how he could get Anthony Edwards away from Luka or away from the ball, away from Kyrie, things like that.
Right.
So, how can you get Rudy Gobert involved in actions? How can you get even Karl Anthony Towns involved on actions? Because he's foul prone.
Right.
So. And why does he always have 4, 5, 6 fouls, Cam?
I don't know. It's like watching Angel Reese in college.
Why are you always fouling out?
I don't know.
That tells me you're not disciplined enough.
Yeah. But it's been like this for years, though. That's the problem.
We ain't never seen him this deep to where, like, you got the whole
Yeah,
world
yeah.
really looking at
Really
you now.
watching you, yeah.
That's like,
Now it's like,
brother.
like, you do this all the time? Like,
Stop it, yo. You need to stop, like, for real. Because picking up that fifth foul, I don't think that was really all his fault because the way Luka went into him.
Yeah.
Luka initiated that contact.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I felt like Carl had actually planted and landed before Luka was able to truly get into him. That's what I felt. And also, both of them have a right to that landing space.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But, that's neither, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Hopefully, hey man, we gonna see. We definitely gonna see. It's gonna be one for the books. It's gonna be a barn burner, on Thursday, Game 5.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one. I have no doubt in my mind.
I'm more than excited to see. I think I'm just excited just because we still have basketball.
We still got basketball. I know.
Still got some type of basketball.
I know. Like, don't give me I was really afraid we was really about to have 10 days no basketball.
I know.
I was about to die. For real.
I was say, I'm like, man, I don't even know what we're gonna talk about. Well, we're just gonna start chatting.
That's it. That's it. Man, I think we did one hell of a job today, guys.
Yes, we did. I'll give a shout out to the Yankees, to my Yankees, doing their thing right now. 38-19 so far in the season. They have the best bullpen in the league. Shout out to Louis Gill, who last night, bro, he's been on a heater, bro.
Yeah.
On a heater. He pitched 8 innings last night. Only gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts. Ooh. I think if I'm not mistaken, in the month of May alone, he has struck out 40. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some big stuff right there, actually.
In the month of May alone. 44. 44 strikeouts in the month of May alone. 14 was the highest against the Chicago White Sox. He's had 8 against Seattle, 9 against the Angels the other night. Wow. I'm more than impressed with this kid right here.
Yeah, those are some very, very impressive numbers. Like, I'm sitting here actually, shell-shocked because you don't hear things like that a lot.
Top 6 in ERA. I think his ERA for the month of May is .70.
Oh.
So he barely gives up he's barely giving up a run. He's 7-1 as his win and loss. 79 strikeouts on the season. That's top 10. And his whip is .95, which is top 10 as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
More than
Y'all better be afraid if the Yankees win the World Series, guys. I'm gonna come in here wildin'.
Shoot. Hopefully the Rangers can do some things.
Rangers too? They better close it out, bro.
Yeah, they gotta close it out. They got Game 5 Thursday night against Florida, then Game 6. So, we'll
we gonna see.
Yeah.
They giving me a little worry because they was doing fine a couple months ago. They was wiping teams, and then now.
But I mean, the Florida Panthers though,
they are nice. They are nice. You hear right? Like, you got to be one of the best to be here. So you got to beat the best to be the best.
Yeah, no. And the cool thing is that on both sides, on the Eastern Conference with the Rangers and Panthers, they're 2-2. On the West with the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars, they are also 2-2 as well. So,
okay.
We got some pretty good battles on both sides. Yeah. But that's awesome. Oh, another funny thing. So, Dallas. Okay, so the Texas Rangers won the World Series last year. Dallas Stars are in the Western Conference Finals. Dallas Mavericks are in the Western Conference Finals. Who's that last team?
The Dallas Cowboys. You want to know where they were at, guys? Where's the trash can, Cam? Where's the trash can?
Oh.
Where's the trash can? Give it to me right now. This is how we closing the show, guys. This is where the Dallas Cowboys are. I hope everybody sees it. I hope everybody knows, because they're not going to get anywhere. I can surely promise you that. There it is, baby. There it is.
Yeah, Y'all already know what time it is, bro. Till then, I'm your host, Cam Silver.
I'm your co-host, Kyle Silver.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Cam Silver from the Silver Boys. If you like our content, subscribe to the channel and like our videos. Thank you for watching.